Good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever. We got something other than sanding today. The light is shining down so beautifully on my junkyard LS. But for today, we're going to be finishing up some of the engine stuff. We're going to get the accessories hopefully all bolted on, and intake tightened down, and a few little things buttoned up here. But we're just going to quit the towel kit and we're going to get straight to it. So let's get to some engine work, man. Okay, so the first thing, excuse me, Tammy. First thing we got to do is fully tighten down the intake, because I did not do that yet. Just needed to make sure everything fit. I believe this is an 8. Okay, intake is tight for the most part. Can torque it down at another tab just to be 100% sure. Bolts are a little easier to get to than I thought, so that's a good thing. So that is nice and finished. We are now going to take these guys off. Okay, so I ended up bending some of my valve cover bolts when putting the engine in. So I got some new valve cover bolts. They kind of look weird. So it really wasn't as easy as just going to the parts store. So I'm going to throw this guy in this side and the other guy in the other side. And then the valve covers can be tight, which would be nice. Bam. That is on. Now we can throw this guy on here. Okay, so we got our hardware, our little coil pack bracket bolts things. So I'll start them all in there. Bam. I need a 10 mil. Good job, guys. Come on, guys. Come in here. Sweet. That is now tight. This is the bent guy. Yeah, bent guy. Okay, so now we take our connector. Bam. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now our spark plugs can just go from these guys to our spark plugs right down here. But we're waiting to put the manifolds on, whichever manifolds I decide to get. Them boys are spendy, so kind of waiting on that. But once I get the headers, we'll be able to run the spark plugs in between the headers. So that's for this side. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side, but there's really no reason for you guys to see that. And then the next thing we're gonna do is gonna move to the front of the engine, all of this stuff. So we'll do this other side and hop to the front. Look at that. My fuel pump is here. I'm not trying to be weird. I'm not trying to be weird and film the fucking delivery guy, but my fuel pump is here. All right, so we got the alternator bracket. This pulley here needs to get tightened up. This thing is just hanging here because it's kind of like a MAF or something. So that needs to be there. I'm gonna get the alternator fully bolted on, that bracket on. We're gonna hammer the pulley on, and we should be good in the front. And then I also got a water pump in the mail, so see if I need to put the water pump on then that bracket, but we'll see. We're also going to be doing unbox on the FD because I have no more room. We got my new big old water pump. This is a hammer in piece, which is nice. All this shit's nice and clean. So I'm gonna toss this guy on there. Hopefully everything works out. Hopefully everything fits. Okay, so these water pump bolt holes on the block are a little bit rusty and crusty. So I took a bolt that'll fit in those holes and I cut a little slit out of it. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a slit out of it. So that kind of makes sharp teeth on the end of it to where I can use this to cut new or the existing threads clean again. So water pump install is taking a little bit longer than wanted, but gotta clean it out. Okay, so before I put my water pump on, I'm going to put on the pulley right there. So I got this piece of wood. I gotta smack it on a little bit. Or if you leave it alone. Okay, so as you can see in her here, not her, my impact's pretty much dead. So it's charging. Now we're gonna throw the water pump on, and then we can throw the bracket on, then we can tighten the pulley on. So, progress. Okay, just so you know, so you don't freak out, the gaskets are on here already, okay? You might not be able to see this, but I care more about putting this on than you seeing it. So, one second. Ta-da! Oh my god, my fucking... Stepped in shit when I took it off the outside. Thought I cleaned it off all the way, but I guess not. Fucking Jesus Christ. Water pump's on. This bracket is on. This pulley is tight. That pulley will be tight when I get that battery charged. So the next thing is... alternator. Okay, so nextly, I'm gonna put my old radiator in here to see where how the coolant lines can work out, because this top outlet's kind of a little funky. I might have to change this out, but probably end up making it work. So we're just gonna throw the old radiator in and see how she fits, see what it looks like. So, as you can see, I got a bottom outlet here, runs right here, but the outlet for both the water pump things are over on the same side. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a 90 piece off of this, right? Boom, 90, hose clamp, aluminum or same size as this, across here, like right here. It'll come up and then to right here, bam. And then it'll all flow. Then eventually I will get a probably electric water pump, but who knows? Yeah, so that's probably gonna be how it works for now. So the radiator might work. We'll come back to that, because that might be something that I need to change. But for now, everything's pretty much in here. Intake is bolted on, alternator is bolted on, this bracket's bolted on. Ooh, I gotta bolt down the balancer still. Good thing I remembered. Gotta bolt down the balancer. That wire is like ran to the starter. Everything's on for that. Wiring is ran. I gotta put these to a ground. So I'll do that next. Put that to a ground. And then I also lost one of my sway bar mounting things. It's like a U that mounts it onto the body of the car. So I got to find that, or I got to buy one of those. Should be pretty cheap, or I might be able to even make it, but who knows. So yeah, getting pretty close. Obviously body work is still pretty far out, but we're getting there. So I'm gonna take this radiator out, zip on the pulley, and then we'll move on to something else. All right, so we got that package that the guy dropped off. So we have our special stuff. We got a fuel pump and we got a fuel filter. So all that stuff should make it to where I just need fuel line, and then I got my whole fuel system figured out. So that should be cool. Ready to finally see all this stuff. Been looking at a lot of this just like in my shopping cart online for a long time. So it's already open. Nice. What's going on with that? A little hold down, guys. At the pump itself. This fat boy. Let's see what these ends look like. Barb. Cool. Nice fat MSD fuel pump. Inline shit. That's what I'm talking about. Bam. Nothing else in there. Now these are these super cool fittings that I'll show you here in a little bit. I'm excited as hell about that, honestly. Fancy car stuff. What's in here? Fuel filter. Grounds to the body with 6 AN fittings already on it. Should be perfection. We got the other one of those fittings. Got another one of those in black for something. A screw on little nipple guy. And in here we have the, what the fuck is this? I didn't order that. Let's see. And 5 5/16 that thing, and 3/8 that thing. Right thing to do would be to ship that back, but I hate shipping things, so we'll see. We'll see what goes on, okay? Okay, so this is a regulator too. It is the same pressure as the regulator on the rail, so we're chilling. Had to go to Harbor Freight to get this, right? Get back from the store. Can't fucking find it. Down bad. I got out of the store. I put this and a bunch of other stuff I got from my stepdad for Christmas on the roof. Grabbed everything but this. This slid back and landed in the trunk when I drove away, so got extremely lucky. But this, guys, what we need to take the fuel line off, and then I can show you how cool these things are. Okay, so here's what we have here. We have a AN piece on this side and this cool adapter piece on this side. This together is what turns your factory LS line, this push connect guy, into a 6 AN line. So in there, there's some O-rings and stuff. That guy simply just slides onto the hose. This guy goes back here, slides on there, and that is what locks her down. Bam, and then now you have a 6 AN line off the side of your fuel line. I don't know if you can see this bottom guy, but same concept. Slides on. And those are two different sizes. There's a 5/16 and a 3/8. I believe the 5 or the bigger one, 3/8, is the feed, and the 5/16 is the return. Okay, what I'm going to do is not recommend it, but I needed to hold it. And I can't get it tight. Come on, baby. There we go. Tight. Tight. It's tight. Shit, and then this bottom guy is going to be impossible to tighten. Dude, another don't want to be weird like that guy, but like, look at, dude, so I'm fucking, I don't know why I'm whispering, they can't hear me, but so I'm like working in here, right? Like just doing my shit, fixing up these lines, like right after I turned off that clip. You might be able to even hear it in like the clip I had recording, but like heard people yelling and shit. Whatever, you won't fucking say shit, you won't say shit, blah, blah, blah. And then it like kind of stopped for a second, so I'm like, whatever. Then I hear like kids yelling and shit. And so I look outside the window, and there's an SUV pulled over to the side, and he just throws like an orange jacket on something. So I'm like, fuck, I didn't even like put the 2 and 2 together. I wasn't even thinking like the people yelling. I thought like that guy in the SUV ran a dog over. So I fucking like go out there, look at it. Dude, it's a guy laying in the middle of the road. Thought he died. Like 100% thought he died. He might still die. There's a possibility. I don't know what happened. Don't know nothing. Nothing. He was laying in the middle of the street. These guys pull up, cut his clothes off. They're talking to him, so I don't think he's dead. But, dude, man, the fucking dead guy, dude, what the fuck? But what I did figure out was this is a filter and a regulator. So I don't really need the regulator part. So I just need a metal fuel filter. So I either got to figure out how to run this with my kit and stuff, or I just got to get a super cheap metal inline fuel filter. So didn't really need this kind of down bad, but eventually when I get a lower intake, I will have to have different fuel rails, and those different fuel rails will need this because it's the regulator. So it's not like down bad that I got it now, but it's a little down bad because I paid more for the kit and I didn't really need to. But it was like $50 extra or something. It's kind of how it goes. It's down bad, but I can't avoid it at this point. So yeah, got that all figured out. Fuel lines up on the top figured out. Got the fuel pump figured out. That's gonna be easy peasy. This is a return system, so got to run it back to the tank. But I think for today and this video, that's going to be just about it. We got a lot figured out. Valve covers are on, coil packs are on, this bracket is on, pulley thing is on, water pump is on. That's all, it's all on, it's all figured out. Just got to run power to like 3 wires, get a different throttle cable, some headers. If I keep labeling everything, it's going to take forever, but we're getting pretty close. This is a full assembled engine here. This looks nice. Just needs the soft things like fuel lines and wires, but that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully the white balance isn't too crazy in here. I kind of try to keep it all in the same spot so it's regular, but yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.